test 1, test 2, test 3. And we're back, day 64. We're testing until unprofitable. And let's get right to it. So from yesterday's section, well, 68-day streak, overall win rate of 40%. So I'll be back testing the sweep, shift, and sweep, shift, and then the fair value gap retracement. And I've been dealing with Euro USD so far. So yeah, it's the one we'll continue with. So let's do the overall analysis, and then even though we did it yesterday, but you know, let's do the overall analysis. And there's this indicator, Asian ranges. Anyways, so I'd like to go to the weekly first. You remember that the last week's plan was to fill this last gap that was here. So now you can see that we created a clean break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. So from this low here to this here, we've created a great break of structure, which means that we are going to drop to a certain level of course. So far we don't have any liquidity levels resting below here. Maybe except if we go like on the month, I don't know, it looks like this is an all-time low, so no worries. So now what we are targeting for now is you can see this move right here. If we put a fib from here, if we put a fib from this candle there to the low, you can see that we have this level here, and the next levels that will be available, let's see, like at least maybe the level 3 or level 4. So level 3 and 4, these will be our next targets, 3 and 4, or even level 2 if we continue to drop, because so far you can see that we are in a really nice downtrend. I'd like to fully mark these levels, so level 4 and level 2. Good. So these are the levels. Let me mark them using a simple line. So you have this level 2 here. Okay, let me use line. Okay, so like this one. All right, from here to here, a drop here, and another one here. So far it will be something like this from here, and I'll put it here, here, and here. So basically this will be the level 2 target, this one will be the level 3 target, this one will be the level 4 target in case we continue to drop, but I assume we'll reach like level 2, then shift before we reach like level 3. So far we can see that we have a bearish bias. Let's connect the low time frames and see. So we'll go on the daily. You can see on the daily we have a really nice fair value gap at first. You can see we filled it here, and we have another one inside here, which means we can return into this gap in a day and then continue to drop. So let's mark this nicely. Right, so let's go now to the 4 hour. As we see that we have a really nice break of structure here. Let's see if we can get a shift to the upside and fill the gap at least, and then we'll continue with the drop. So it's Tuesday, let's go to the next day open. Okay, so next day is like this, and I'd like to view it on the 15-minute standpoint. What I'm looking for is basically a small sweep of some lows, maybe from Asia or from any lot session, and then shift a nice retracement. We can reach into the OTE of this move, and then we'll be ready to sell down, or at least, or even take out these highs as liquidity. Okay, so you can see we took out this low slightly. And when we mark the sessions, the low was from Asia. You can see we took it out real nice, and then we closed above this recent high. And how does it look on the 45? 45 is not looking bad. And about the 5 minute, well, 5 minute already did its thing. You can see it retraced into the gap really nicely. We have this nice sweep. And on the 15 minute, our target, it will be basically at least the highs from this whole move. But you can see that this is the first target and the highs from maybe New York of yesterday. But when I put a fib from this low to the high, you can see that OT is almost in the midpoint of yesterday's London session. So let's see if 15 minute provides an entry, because it's the one I was waiting for. Or I forgot to check the 5 minute, but you can see how clean the 5 minute was. Like very nice rejections. So let's see if the 15 minute provides any kind of opportunity. So 15 minute creates this gap, it retraces into it, but it startles around. The only thing that will make us enter this trade is that we have a clean inversion here, and we also have another one resting here. But let's see on the 45 minute where it's more clear. 30 minute, okay, I think this will be it. But let's see if we reject here or if we continue. Okay, you can see that we're starting to reject this, and I think this will be our cue to enter. So rejecting this fair value gap, inversion fair value gap, and I think it's already reached the midpoint of the move. Disregarding the wicks, obviously, you can see that we've dropped nicely. And maybe let's see if we reach a TE. Wow. Okay, now here you can enter 345. We dropped further, which means OT has been tapped into, obviously, so entry will be there. And stop loss below the close of this candle, this first one, or even below the close of the one with the fair value gap, which is this one, the first candle with the fair value gap, the first or the third. And our target, so first target, we want to take off these highs. Next target will be these highs from New York yesterday, giving us a 4R. So maybe we'll take partials along the way. We can't take that big risk, so we're risking 0.3 since we lost the last one. So until we break even, then we can start taking big risks like 2%, 1%, and so on. So we'll see. Let's see how this trade goes. Well, this was a nice push, even though we ended up getting stopped out. But so far, I think we can now start to notice a pattern. We were wrong on the first trade, but we can't be wrong here. Let's see what we are looking for. So first off, since we are dropping, obviously this is a good target. And going to the 30 minute, you can see how clean we swept these highs from yesterday and Asia highs. So an ideal buy entry would have occurred on the 5 minute. I think the 5 minute was the one that provided the next one. You can see this rejection here. I think maybe you'll get like a 1 to 2 if you manage to enter there with a stop loss somewhere there. Like a 1 to 2 I think was provided. Yeah, just a 1 to 2, simple 1 to 2. Enter off of it and then leave on for the day. Yeah. So we end up dropping on the day. What I would like to say is maybe the 15 minute or the 30 minute returning into this fair value gap right here, because now we have our sweep here and we've got this market shift from this low to here. Got a really clean market shift. I'd like to say retracement into that gap, and boom, don't get one. It's crazy. Maybe this news from today will make us wait. Which day are we at? Okay, maybe the news will do it. Okay, we don't get any kind of retracement, and not even on the 15 minute. I don't even think on the 5 minute there was anything. So yeah, missed this one. Maybe we'll wait for the next day to provide an entry. So Asian session has already printed. Going on the 15 minute time frame, you can see that we're returning to that fair value gap. Let's rename this to fair value gap. Yep, and I think maybe we can still react on it. I don't know. Let's see how the 1 hour looks like. Well, the 1 hour is looking not bad. 2 hour. 2 hour has the gap inside of here, which means there's a possibility to reject off of it as well. As you can see that we are already rejecting on the 2 hour. So going on the 15, maybe we'd like to position ourselves in these moves, dropping here. So far you can see that we took out the highs from London, the London high, then we shift the structure inside here. See if we can get a retracement into our gap. Well, 30 minute, not that concise. I was thinking of this one, but well, I want this fair value gap to be hit. Okay, so we end up dropping without like a clear opportunity provided, because you can see this candle closed inside the fair value gap, so this will be an opportunity to take. So I don't think I'll take any other trade on the rest of the day. Okay, so next day has just started. Can see we've printed the Asian range right there, and going on the higher time frames, I still have my bearish bias in mind. Took out previous day though. Maybe we might take out these highs. You can see how clean this sharp move is on the 1 hour. Maybe I'd expect, you know, a nice takeout of these highs from yesterday's. Let's see. Go the 15 minute. Boom, we drop heavily by the open. So far no entry has been provided, but you can see we're about to reach the level. We've already reached the level 2 of the move. So this is really nice, even though we didn't get an entry. But we can't say it's bad. What would it be? We didn't get some kind of like clear sweep. That's why, but this entry was, I mean, this move was really nice. Okay, London's just opened, and I'm seeing something right here. I think we've swiped, yeah, we've actually swept the highs from London. Let's see if we find an entry on the 5 minute. Well, the only low we've shifted at is this one. Let's see if we reject this fair value gap inside of here. So it looks like we're not rejecting so far. Okay, going back to the 1 hour. I think Bay has happened, but we can see that London created this false move to the downside and then created a huge inversion, which we retraced to, of course, because you can see we closed above these highs. So maybe this week we'll start by pushing higher because we have this inversion here. I have an inversion resting here, and well, since this is already all-time lows, you can see that we have any sweep, but we have a shift in structure. So maybe you can expect to see a push to the upside as the week starts and we take out these equal highs. So let's see what Asia session does. And since we're in a POI and we know price is fractal, we might see a sweep internally in this POI. Well, London has just started and it looks like we're not respecting the POI at all. How's the 1 hour looking like? Looks like we'll continue to drop nonetheless. So this POI was invalidated, but this is nice, so we still have a bearish bias. Let's see if we can find a way to position ourselves in this market. Well, apparently we didn't take out any high, any crucial high, so there was no sweep of liquidity at any point. We're just getting breaks of structure, retracements to fair value gaps, and this really looks nice. Okay, and we get another fair value gap here, and boom, we drop real heavy. This is nice. This, well, I don't know why we should do with this, because the reason I don't want to enter here is because I wouldn't have like a clear target of where I'm going to, but I can see that we're rejecting this fair value gap here. And going back on the 4 hour, you can see that we're really bearish, really bearish. So we're about to close here, close below this candle, which means that, yeah, we're about to create what should I call it, break of structure. Yeah, we're about to create a break of structure, and well, as much as I'm tempted to enter this entry, I don't think it will be a following like our guidelines, because we didn't see a sweep, we didn't see any kind of high being taken out. It will be just like, you know, seeing a drop happen without any reason. But let's just tape read this and see, and boom, it comes out as a stop out, heavy stop out. So thank God we didn't take it. Thank God we didn't take that kind of entry. But looking on the higher time frames, we have, okay, there looks like some kind of order blocks, but on the 4 hour, on the daily and the hourly, we have really big fair value gaps. Anyways, let's see 1 hour. So I think this is about to act as an inversion. So this is currently the PM session, and it failed to act as an inversion as well. Okay, let's go to the next day now. The next day starts by dropping, obviously, because we're in a heavy downtrend. But so far I can notice some highs taken out before Asia starts, creates this nice gap here, and this shifts and then it starts to respect it. Let's look at this looking on the 5 minute, because you can see we have a nice sweep of the highs from Asia. And on this low, we closed below it, because this is also another low inside here. Because you can see how this kind of this is a low, and we closed below it, which means that this is a market shift. MSS, and the gap is in here. You can see we tapped into it, rejected, and then started to drop. So I don't know if this will then be late to the entry, but if we take it, then we'll take it like a 1 to 2 or so, somewhere there. Oh, come on. Okay, now the entry is valid again. Now here I can take this trade, but the problem is I've already taken it. So, well, because you can see now this is a clear shift in market structure. Now we've closed below these candles. Now I'd like to take it, but let's see how the 30 minute looks like. Oh man, okay, let's risk some more and take this one, but well, it's because it looks really promising, so I wouldn't really like to. Ah, come on, even the A plus setup doesn't look really nice, but okay, let's see what the day is to bring after losing double on the day. Okay, well, going back on the daily time frame, what do we see? Our candles are starting to have really short bodies. The 2 hour we returned into this order block kind of thing, on the 1 hour I mean, and I'd like to see an entry as we do that. So far we didn't take out a strong low. We take out Asia high, and we get a really nice drop at the open of this Wednesday. Get a really nice sweep of the highs from yesterday and from Asia high, and we get a clean shift in structure. Let's see if we get a nice fair value gap to retrace to. Okay, we are in the gap. Let's see if we reject now. Okay, I think we're rejecting the gap. Okay, the candle closes are looking nice. Okay, glad we didn't enter. Oi, what kind of news was this? This was CPI, Consumer Price Index. I took out the highs from way up here. and then it dropped. So CPI was the one that dropped, took out really nice lows. Let's see if we can get a fair value gap retracement. Okay, yeah, we don't get a fair value gap retracement. Okay, so far EU is not looking good. We would like to go to the NAS. Well, I've decided to kind of stick to the volatile pairs for now. EU, GU, NAS, because I don't know, the non-volatile pairs like GU, not, I mean, like, for example, trading like GBP CHF or GBP NZD, it doesn't sound volatile to me. So that's why most of the times I won't trade it or like to remove drawings. On the NAS, we can see that we have a really nice drop inside of here, which means we also have a really nice draw on liquidity. Right here we have a really nice low that is waiting for us, this low here. Going on the daily, you can see that we took out these highs from here, these relatively equal highs, and then we dropped. Going on the 4 hour, I would like to see a return to a POI, such as some of these order blocks, some of these, and then we drop, because that will be our only cue to enter the trades. So I'd like to mark this block because they will be the next one we will retrace to. Going in the 1 hour, I'd like to see a reason to push higher into the block and then find an entry, position myself somewhere here, and then target the liquidity resting below this low. Okay, took out some really nice equal lows. Let's wait for the next day open. Okay, so where did the day open? Somewhere here. This day opened here, dropped a little bit, and then started to push higher. Which means it's more likely that Judas swing might happen as a push to the upside. Okay, we are in order block, really nice order block on the 15-minute. Okay, we'll go past it at 8 in the morning with a nice sweep of the low. We'll drop into the gap, and then we push higher, and we can see that we're approaching the order block. Well, the thing is, I did not find any entry in here because I was so focused on the 5-minute, of course, and then on the 15-minute, and I think the 30-minute didn't provide any as well so far. Okay, but yeah, it's basically, yeah, we're about to hit it. Was it a daily? I think it was, yeah, it was a 4-hour order block, so we end up hitting it. And as the next day hasn't started yet, but next day is about to start. Because on the 15-minute, you can see that we've already reacted to it, but I don't think we're done with it, because we have a really huge pool of liquidity above these highs. We have relatively equal highs, which means there's a possibility we might push up to them and take them out and then start the drop. This is a really good point of liquidity resting there. Let's see if the 5-minute does the trick. Okay. Okay, we get retracement into this kind of order block. Okay, now will be our time to enter, because now on the 15-minute I think we've already reached the gap, and using the 5-minute, I'd like to see it reject. Unfortunately we don't. Looks like we've already started to drop, so we should start looking for sells as reaction to this order block. Alright, this candle on Monday is a deal breaker. You can see how good it pushes into this order block that we had on the 4-hour. Pushes into it really clean. So it first dropped into this fair value gap. I think it's like some kind of balanced price range, because we also have a gap here, which means it's a balanced price range. So drop into the price range and then we rally higher. So let's see if we reject. Now that's a shift. This is that we took out this high from Monday, January 12th, 2nd January. We took it out here, and it's a clean sweep. 30-minute, looking like that. And the 1-hour, it's like some kind of wick, I think. In the 1-hour, it's a real wick. And on the 15-minute, we can see that we've already pushed into a nice fair value gap. After this shift, and so far I think we're rejecting. Let's see how this goes. So you can see that we're rejecting the fair value gap already. So I'd like just to enter there, stop loss above the high with this market share here, and my first target will be these Asia lows. First day here and then here, run full profit there. Like 0.5%. Okay, we had a really red month, as you can see already. Okay, started off well and ended out at the stop out. And on the 30-minute, I think it's still running. Oh, come on. Now, what kind of movement is this? We took out this high, then dropped. But, oh god. This is really intimidating. Imagine hitting take profit like this. Whoa. It's, well, it's fascinating, not bad. But, yeah, it hurts. And later on the next day, you can see we return into the 1 hour fair value gap, and maybe we'll react to it and drop. Okay, what we do, you can see that the gap was here, so your entry at the rejection, top loss above the gap. Let's say take it at 2R. That would have been a stop out as well, but you know, you will take partials or move your stop to break even at some point. So I think that was all for today. I don't know if this backtest got me crying, but yeah, stay blessed. Peace. We out. See you tomorrow, Saturday.